Adel sees Luna being harassed by classmates. Luna calls his name, and without hesitation, Adel steps in. Red aura flares around him as he demands an explanation, his voice sharp with authority. Furious, he warns the bullies to return to class, but the leader steps forward, mocking Adel for being a half-demon. He questions if someone like Adel should even be a class representative, arrogantly stating that not even Adel could take all three of them at once. But Adel doesn't back down. In a flash, he lifts the leader into the air with his aura, stunning the others. Shocked, the remaining bullies are frozen in place. Adel observes them and thinks it's ridiculous they dared to attack him when they're paralyzed by just a hint of his killing intent. He drops the leader and notices one cadet among the bullies standing calmly, analyzing him. Unlike the others, this one shows no fear. Intrigued, Adel decides not to fight and tells them to back off. When one of the bullies speaks up again, Adel glares at him and coldly warns he'd rather not see his intestines during lunchtime. That's enough to make the group retreat. Adel's attention shifts back to the quiet cadet with the spider tattoo. His calmness is rare, and Adel makes a mental note to keep an eye on him. Luna walks up to him, and Adel asks if she's okay. She thanks him, and he's relieved. He suggests heading back since class is about to begin, and they're finally going to learn real magic. In class, the instructor arrives and announces today's lesson: real-life scenario magic, specifically invisibility and silence. Adel is thrilled. These are his specialties. The instructor emphasizes that assassination isn't a luxury for demons, it's a necessity. No cadet here could beat a human hero head-on. To demonstrate, the instructor activates invisibility magic, spreading mana thinly and evenly across his body. He vanishes before their eyes, stunning the class. Adel realizes that's why no one noticed the instructor during his earlier battle with Samuel. As the instructor reappears, he tells them the goal is to wrap mana around their bodies. Everyone closes their eyes and begins. It's hard, and while most struggle, Fran shows great control, a trait expected from someone of a Seven Sins house. But Samuel is even more impressive, his body already starting to fade. The instructor is amazed, thinking both are prodigies. Then he remembers someone else, the one with the chaos attribute. He turns and finds Adel's seat empty. Shocked, the instructor calls out Adel Pixie's name. Adel is still in the room, but completely invisible, even to the instructor's trained eyes. While walking through the halls, Adel thinks about how easy the spell was to master. Now, his next goal is to combine it with the chaos attribute. He plans to test it at the dorms, knowing regular assassination won't work on true threats. Suddenly, the instructor appears behind him and stops him. He asks Adel if he learned magic for the first time at Saitan. Adel confirms, explaining that while this is his first time learning, he's always had innate talents. The instructor, fascinated, invites him to his lab, explaining that Adel's rare chaos attribute and talent have immense research value. Adel politely declines, saying he has something else to do, but promises to visit later. As he walks away, he thinks about how he'll have to keep up this image of being a magical genius. Back in his room, Adel prepares to practice. With Samuel away, it's the perfect chance. He's determined to master something more advanced than just invisibility, something powerful enough to kill a human spy hiding in the demon realm. As he concentrates, he fuses the chaos attribute with invisibility and suddenly realizes something is off. His body starts to feel strange. He can't breathe, and worse, he can't deactivate the spell. Panicking, he finally breaks the spell and collapses, his body trembling. Time and senses blur. It's a terrifying experience. His mana nearly completely depleted, he thinks about how close he was to losing himself. He finally understands the warning about being consumed by chaos. Still, the fusion worked. A new technique is born, one that blends chaos with invisibility. He names it Absolute Invisibility. Suddenly, he's kicked awake by Samuel. Adel's disoriented and realizes he can't hear his own voice. He's gone deaf. Later, Adel is seen testing his new spell in the forest. This time, he retains his hearing, but suddenly can't see. After a week of testing, he's experienced temporary loss of every sense, hearing, touch, taste, vision, each lasting about 2 hours. Worse, the technique only lasts 3 seconds. With so many risks, he decides to seal it away, saving it only for moments where it guarantees a kill. Exhausted, he lies on the grass. He's also tried combining chaos with other traits, but nothing works. So he resolves to focus on swordsmanship and improving his mana. Back at school, students are running as usual. Adel grumbles internally, wondering when swordsmanship lessons will actually start. Instructor Ares finally calls everyone to stop and announces a new focus. They'll begin proper sword training. Adel is relieved. Ares then demonstrates with a long sword and calls Adel forward. He asks Adel if he can channel mana into his weapon. Adel confirms and is told to attack with mana, while Ares will only use his sword. Adel quickly understands the test. He pulls out his dagger, planning to gauge Ares' skill. Observing his stance, Adel notes the lack of openings and concludes that in the human world, Ares would be considered an expert advanced level. But in the demon realm, only mana control matters. He decides to take it seriously. Adel dashes in, aiming for the heart. Ares sidesteps it easily, but Adel rotates midair and almost lands a hit. The blade connects slightly, surprising Ares, though he notes the technique is still unfinished. In retaliation, Ares delivers a powerful blow, sending Adel crashing. As Ares approaches for a final strike, Adel lies stunned, realizing the next attack might actually kill him. From the crowd, Luna screams his name in horror.